Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, May 31st, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 556 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Sri Lanka police investigate fire on ship off Colombo. Cruise lines and Florida Governor DeSantis square off over vaccine passports. China allows couples to have 3 children in major policy shift. Down Under leaders minimize China spilt, urge virus probe. COVID summer, Fauci warns U.S. has a ways to go despite lowest rates in a year. Police, suspects followed man, slashed him at subway turnstile. Man accused of plotting Walmart attack arrested in Texas. Nikki Haley called VP Kamala Harris unprofessional and unfit for telling people to enjoy the long weekend. Former Trump advisor Michael Flynn said the U.S. should have a coup like Myanmar, where the military overthrew the democratically elected government. Monique on women wearing bonnets, pajamas in public. When did we lose our pride? The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Mitigation orders lifted in Pennsylvania, WPXI Pittsburgh. Israel coalition government threat to security, warns Netanyahu, BBC News. China announces a 3-child policy, The New York Times. Celtics fan arrested after Kyrie Irving is nearly hit by bottle, The New York Times. Alabama family's vehicle plunges into lake, at least 4 killed, including 2 kids, report, Fox News. Kawhi Leonard, 29 points, 10 reb, registers double-double in win versus Dallas Mavericks. LA Clippers. Texas Democrats walk out, stop Republicans sweeping voting restrictions, NPR. Australia's Victoria COVID-19 cluster swells to 51, next few days critical, Reuters. Sharp rise in Florida manatee deaths as algal blooms hasten food depletion, The Guardian. Beer byproduct mixed with manure proves an excellent pesticide, phys.org. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. V. Texas Dems stage dramatic walkout, block harsh GOP voter suppression bill. If Trump vanished, few Republicans would look for him, quips ex-GOP Rep Barbara Comstock. Major donor lobbied against unhiring Nicole Hannah-Jones over 1,619 project, report. Trump's ex-national security advisor Michael Flynn calls for Myanmar-type coup in U.S. Trump CFO perjured himself, felt enabled with boss in White House, ex-daughter-in-law. Jake Tapper criticizes colleague Chris Cuomo's conduct with brother Andrew. American, Southwest Airlines extend alcohol suspensions after disturbing incidents. Miami police chief slams Texas bill that would allow unlicensed carrying of handguns. Naomi Osaka fined $15,000 for refusing to speak with press at French Open. Ex-Tarzan actor among 7 plane crash victims in Tennessee. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Fawn rescued from well with help of wildlife refuge. 2 suspected arsonists target Walmart. Cities warn app using their names without permission. Airline adds 60 jobs at Lincoln Airport. Strong winds toss small airplanes at Texas airport. No injuries after private aircraft hand lands. Mom shines spotlight on National Foster Care Month. Double shooting behind restaurant kills 1. Decatur residents march for peace, say enough is enough. PD, woman found dismembered, boyfriend sought. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Texas Democrats stymie GOP voting bill, for now. As U.S. air travel surges, so do mask disputes. China announces a three-child policy. From one child to three, how China's family planning policies have evolved. Sean Donovan has the sum and the money, he just needs the votes. Here's the Arctic station that keeps satellites connected. On the COVID front lines, when not getting belly rubs. The Pan America marks a new era for Harley-Davidson. What the Tulsa Race Massacre can teach us. Elise Stefanik and the young Republicans who sold out their generation. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. The last Bush gets ready for Texas-sized political showdown. Senator Tom Cotton, Memorial Day honors courage, sacrifice of greatest champions of liberty in history. China eases birth limits, to allow couples to have 3 children. California HS principal escorted away after graduation speech. The best outdoor grills for Memorial Day and the rest of summer. Alabama family's vehicle plunges into lake, at least 4 killed, including 2 kids, report. Illinois state trooper's vehicle hit by alleged drunk driver after traffic stop, video shows. Texas House Democrats block voting bill in dramatic walkout. Reward for freeway shooting in California up to $400,000, this says we're not messing around. Astrophysicist explains why UFO videos fail to impress him. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, May 31st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Sage expert calls for June 21st Freedom Day to be delayed by a few weeks. Grenfell insulation is on more than 70 schools. Bank holiday fun day, Britain is set for hottest day of year with sizzling 77F. Boy, 4, reported to police over fears he could use 40 toy smartwatch to film other children. Kate Middleton showcases her off-duty style in 65 jeans with 24 H&M top for COVID-19 vaccination. Lebanese US porn star Mia Khalifa sparks fury online in tweet mocking Israel. Madonna's son David, 15, looks glamorous as he struts around the house in a dress. Boris Johnson pleads with Canada to import more affordable, high-quality British cheese. Adel Ray blasts Bushra Sheikh after she says she won't isolate after traveling to Amber countries. How twice wet Boris Johnson was able to marry in a Catholic church. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Bella, Ruse's plane interception has exiled dissidents looking over their shoulder. China easing birth limits further to cope with aging society. Facing a demographic crisis, China to allow 3 children per family. Bosnian ex-security minister jailed for corruption. Thailand reports record virus cases, Bangkok eases lockdown. Turkish foreign minister in Athens for talks. Doctors prepare to ration care as COVID surge leaves Malaysia in total lockdown. French magistrates question fugitive auto magnate in Beirut. My whole family was infected in India's devastating coronavirus surge, not all survived. North Korea rebukes U.S. for allowing Seoul to build up missile capability. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. French Open Day 2, Swiatek, Konta, Medvedev and Federer in action, live. Coronavirus live news, Japan mulls tests for Olympics fans, India posts lowest case number since April. Zidane reveals he quit Real Madrid because he felt undermined by club. Time to challenge Argentina's white European self-image, Black history experts say. Hong Kong's Grandma Wong arrested for solo Tiananmen protest. Israel opposition presses ahead as Netanyahu scrambles to block ousting. Denmark helped U.S. spy on Angela Merkel and European allies, report. A new generation is rising in this year's NBA playoffs. China announces 3-child limit in major policy shift. Copa America endowed with 13 days to kick off after Argentina removed as host. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Dems walk, stop Texas GOP sweeping voting restrictions. Johnson & Johnson asks High Court to void $2 billion talc verdict. For Biden, a deeply personal Memorial Day weekend observance. North accuses U.S. of hostility for South Korea and missile decision. Texas man arrested for allegedly planning mass shooting at Walmart, police. Netanyahu could lose PM job as rivals attempt to join forces. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Texas Democrats walk out over discriminatory voting bill. China allows couples to have 3 children. Tarzan actor Joe Lara, 58, presumed dead in plane crash. Israel coalition government threat to security, warns Netanyahu. COVID, Vietnam starts mass testing as new variant emerges. Argentina stripped of Copa America tournament. NSA spying row, Denmark helped U.S. gather data on European officials, says report. Hundreds more Afghans and their families to be allowed to settle in UK. Somaliland elections, could polls help gain recognition? Mohammed Deif, the one-eyed Hamas chief in Israel's crosshairs. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP top stories May 31st day. Not just Tulsa, racist mobs were widespread and a constant concern 100 years ago. On this day, May 31st, 1998. Dems walk, stop Texas GOP's voting restrictions. Remembering the United States colored troops who helped win the Civil War. Helio Castroneves wins Indy 500 for 4th time. Nation gathers to honor soldiers felled by war and COVID. Colleges waive vaccine requirements, live COVID-19 updates. Trove aims to accelerate apparel trade-ins. Cowardly act, 2 dead, more than 20 injured in Miami area shooting, $125,000 reward offered for help in finding killers. Today in history for May 31st. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Suspect in 91 freeway shootings denies charge. They are trying to get me to confess to things I didn't do. Los Angeles County reports 4 deaths, 175 new cases of COVID-19. Fan meetup for YouTube creator Austin McBroom shuts down Rodeo Drive, no arrests made. With holiday, LAX has heaviest passenger traffic of 2021 so far. Los Angeles Police Department after George Floyd, fewer officers, fewer arrests but hardly defunded. My family is divided over COVID-19 vaccinations, here's how we cope. In wine country, a newspaper war brings down a mayoral prince accused of sex abuse. Vandal hurls concrete slab at LA synagogue, prompting Los Angeles Police Department investigation. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, May 31st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Space debris has hit and damaged the International Space Station. UAE announces relaxing of Islamic laws for personal freedoms. The United Arab Emirates announced on Saturday a major overhaul of the country's Islamic personal laws, allowing unmarried couples to cohabitate, loosening alcohol restrictions and criminalizing so-called honor killings. Kenya COVID-19 relief. India. Kenya donates 12 tons of food products to India. Russia puts the Czech Republic on an official enemies list. China's millennial couples decry unaffordable childcare and rising living costs as fertility rate falls. 4 more Oath Keepers indicted in January 6 federal conspiracy case, court filing. ABC bans use of the word apartheid for Israel. Gunmen kidnapped scores of children from an Islamic seminary in central Nigeria, officials said, the latest in a string of such incidents plaguing the populous African nation. Some 200 children were at the school in Niger State on Sunday during the attack. Figures discussed at a heated Knesset meeting revealed that of the 1,892 people arrested this month for involvement in riots, only 183 are Jewish. U.S. tire maker Goodyear faces allegations of labor abuse in Malaysia, documents show. Danish Secret Service helped U.S. spy on Germany's Angela Merkel, report. Belarusian editor arrested amid crackdown on journalists. Worst sandstorms in a decade engulf Mongolia and China. The next headlines are from Forbes. Biden's Asian bankers hold $3.5 trillion key to economic boom. Texas GOP's push for voting restrictions halted as Democrats walk out of House floor. Malaysian tycoon Robert Kuok's BPP Group doubles profit amid commodities boom. Turmeric is the Caribbean spice of life. EWA Double or Nothing 2021 results, Britt Baker and the winners, losers of full crowd PPV. EWA Double or Nothing 2021 results, winners, news and notes as Mark Henry debuts. Kyrie Irving calls out underlying racism, human zoo environment after Boston fan throws water bottle, gets arrested. Sacramento Kings trade ledger offers little hope entering key offseason. Lacrosse star Charlotte North caps a season for the ages with Boston College. Who is Ange Postecoglou, the Australian linked with the Celtic manager job? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,708,693,646 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Tokyo government gives okay to theater reopening. Pluto TV signs content deal with MediaWin to launch new channels in France, Latin America exclusive. China box office, F9 feet stays ahead with slower second lap, outpaces Quiet Place. Mayor of Easttown sticks its landing with a twisty finale that sets it apart, column. How Pose made great art out of excess with wedding episodes. Mayor of Easttown boss on how he determined who Aaron's killer would be. NFTs offer alternative revenue source for Asian musicians. Korea box office, F9 feet and Cruella Power second weekend of recovery. Luis Miguel Netflix biopic series renewed for third season exclusive. Joe Lara, Tarzan, the epic adventures star, dies in plane crash at 58. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Accused of assault he denies, Justin Fairfax's run for VA governor tests Me Too. The effort to reform the U.S. military's justice system faces a new fight. Black is Beautiful beer by Black Brewer helps pour money into social justice reform. Texas Democrats walk out, stop Republican sweeping voting restrictions. Helio Castro and Neves ties record as four-time Indy 500 winner. For Memorial Day, Biden pays tribute to fallen service members in Delaware. Netanyahu could lose PM job as rivals attempt to join forces. Boris Johnson marries fiancée Carrie Simons in private wedding. Police, 2 dead, over 20 injured in banquet hall shooting in Florida. Buried alive in Mongolia's worst sandstorms in a decade. The following headlines are from the week. My summer of no new stuff. Bring back the station wagon. Authentic Liberty. 6 book recommendations from Bekatling. Netanyahu's likely exit: a major earthquake but not a revolution. Scott Gottlieb says COVID-19 origin debate shows U.S. needs to treat public health as national security matter. GOP's Capito says Biden has his heart in infrastructure negotiations. Mitt Romney's successful 2012 campaign could serve as a template for 2024 hopefuls. A Quiet Place Part 2. A strong debut is a giant leap forward for Hollywood. It might take a year for U.S. to return to pre-pandemic employment levels. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Urine is rolling on Mars. Is the Hubble constant not constant? Teeny tiny CubeSats could have deployable mirrors like James Webb. Dark Energy Survey is out: 29 papers covering 226 million galaxies across 7 billion light-years of space. Self-driving lunar rovers for astronaut road trips on the moon. Exoplanet surveys are leaning towards the possibility that our solar system is normal. A dark matter map of our local cosmic neighborhood. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, May 31st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. How a Venus flytrap knows to snapshot. Photos: the close Mercury-Venus conjunction. Why is the sun's atmosphere hotter than its surface? Ring of Fire solar eclipse on June 10th. The next news is from Politico. Boris Johnson marries in secret ceremony. Denmark reportedly helped NSA spy on Merkel, EU officials. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Tulsa churches honor holy ground 100 years after massacre. Biden: they're the guardians of us and we're the guardians of their legacy. Israeli opposition parties near final deal to replace Netanyahu. Rep. Jeffries: Texas voting proposal is shameful. Gillibrand: Schumer should bring military sexual assault bill to floor. Rep. McCall: COVID origin worst cover-up in human history. Colorado Democrat says he's tired of GOP playing games on Capitol riot. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Blues draft target forced into isolation. Brisbane Airport's international terminal to close, with new facility planned. I was never mad at Freddie, Mitchell loves being back as a Blue with Fiddler. They know you haven't won a game, Newsom reveals toll of the season. PM a winner as Porter drops defamation fight but no resolution for voters. Renewed calls for public inquiry as Porter, ABC clash after defamation case dropped. Naomi Osaka's boycott: a chance for athletes and the media to reset their relationship. Protection for all Victorians, not only business, COVID-19 class action hears. I thought it was Uber Eats, the origin phone call which floored Brian too. Cherry Evans says fans support players in taking on NRL over rule changes. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Europe markets: European stocks headed for fourth straight monthly win, but softer Asian data, holidays weigh. Market Extra, is the stock market open Memorial Day? Here's what investors need to know. Ex-Trump advisor Michael Flynn says Myanmar-like coup should happen in U.S. American Airlines joins Southwest in extending suspension of alcohol sales. Cryptus, Bitcoin is headed toward its worst month since 2011, Rich Dad, Poor Dad author says that's great news. Newswatch, life might feel more certain this summer, but betting on a calm stock market still could go wrong. Buy this, not that. 8 sunscreens dermatologists and skincare pros say you should try. The Moneyest, my wife has 125 lipsticks. Her $11K cosmetics bill is our household's largest expense, exceeding vehicles and housing. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Telangana law to not taken up cases till June 11, United News of India. Amrita Center for Nanoscience and Molecular Medicine bags 7 patents, United News of India. In COVID times, Indian Institute of Technology Indore bags 5 patents for research work, Times of India. Government action in breaking legal barriers key to making patent system more accessible to SMEs, report finds, smartcompany.com. Victoria's met sector to benefit from R&D loans, Australian mining. Looking back, Geneva was home to many early patent holders, Finger Lakes Times. In support of Professor Errol Scaria on compulsory licensing for COVID vaccines, medicines, diagnostics and other technologies, IP News Center. The next headlines are from Quartz. Senegal is preserving its oral history in a podcast. Siri and Alexa still don't support African languages. African voice recognition, Ghana's feel-good social bonds, Ethiopia's blockchain moment. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Memorial Day meaning. Tulsa Massacre. Clippers vs. Mavericks. Memorial Day. Nets. Double or nothing. Mayor of Easttown Episode 7. Miami. Coca-Cola 600. Anthony Davis. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. A sad day for sport, tributes paid after 19-year assistant referee dies while warming up for football match in Spain. Russian woman arrested in Minsk after grounding of Ryanair flight could be deported home after trial, says Belarus chief diplomat. China allows couples to have a 3rd child in order to fix the country's aging population problem. Australia and New Zealand unite in concerns over Beijing after NZ was accused of seeking fast Chinese buck. Pro-Israeli U.S. group presents Iron Dome, a smirking flying superhero who reminds critics of supremacist villains. India extends $41 billion loan guarantee scheme to airlines and small businesses amid pandemic. RT reports from the thick of war in Central African Republic as Russian instructors aim to help local troops bring lasting peace. Canada's largest pension funds stick to lucrative oil sands bets. Travel restrictions and partial lockdown imposed in Guangzhou, China against cluster of Indian COVID variant. No eating, drinking and cheering, Japan mulls more restrictions for fans at Tokyo Olympics besides tests and proof of vaccination. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. New COVID-19 alarm bells in the UK, ridiculous or not? China scrambles to save EU investment deal after Xi's hardline diplomacy backfires. German judge declares mask mandates illegal and harmful to children. Where Africa's startup activity is concentrated. No Rocky for you, Erdogan cracks down on liquor sales in latest play for religious votes. America still loves the warfare state. Why China could vanquish the US in new space race. Visualizing the world's biggest passenger ships from 1831 present. Veterans speak about Memorial Day, it's not about us. Morgan Stanley asks what to do when everything is expensive. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Free flights, lotteries, cash, Hong Kong's vaccine incentives. In Malaysia, tire maker Goodyear accused of unpaid wages, threats. China allows families to have 3 children in major policy shift. As COVID overwhelms India's hospitals, housing societies step in. Somaliland, breakaway Somali region votes in parliamentary polls. US spied on Merkel, EU officials through Danish cables, report. Is politics getting in the way of India's COVID response? In this confrontation with apartheid Israel, the Palestinians won. Nationalists make significant gains in Cyprus vote. Who is Naftali Bennett, Israel's potential prime minister? The next headlines are from Breitbart. Mashed ribs Biden, Harris for Memorial Day tweets, they see us as pawns. GOP rip Turner on COVID-19, the Chinese government needs to be held accountable. Texas AG Paxton, only reason anyone would be against voter ID is to allow cheating. Rolling to remember bikers to national anthem protesters, disrespecting someone's message is not a way to get yours heard. Gold Star moms lead the way in Rolling to Remember on Memorial Day weekend. Rolling to remember biker, heroes are the ones who didn't come home. Video, Utah woman's headstone engraved with her fudge recipe. Actor Steven Seagal joins pro-Kremlin party, proposes tougher laws for Russian businesses. Biker event raises awareness about 22 daily average military suicides. Ricky Gervais shocked and appalled by misconduct allegations against Afterlife producer Charlie Hansen. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Iridescent twilight clouds on Mars. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Science has already debunked the top 20 myths we commonly believe to be true. Ready to be surprised? 12-year-old gives grandpa his dream of flying in Spitfire by sending heartfelt notes to airfields. The world achieves its target to protect more land, adding 42%, the size of Russia, in last decade. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, May 31st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. The Urabanis, a Colombian drug cartel, offer $70,000 for a hit on Sombra, a drug-sniffing dog. State of Arizona to begin using Cyclone B to execute inmates on death row. We're coming for all of you. In Mexico, cartels are hunting down police at their homes. QAnon now is popular in US as some major religions, poll suggests. Mud cylinders reveal humans' impact on Earth began earlier than we thought. USA sends ancient sandstone carvings back to Thailand. Jason Newsted is not joining Megadeth, his wife says. Woman wins $2 million after buying lottery ticket for the wrong drawing. Doctor admits Israeli pathologists harvested organs without consent. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Britain's first self-driving shuttle bus hits the streets, but scares passengers away. Still waiting on your PS5 and iPad to ship? Blame the global chip shortage. How emerging technologies can create a more equitable world. How I learned to love my competitors as a startup founder. Xiaomi shows off its ultra-fast 200W wired and 120W wireless chargers. With Scrivener 3 for Mac, writers can keep their projects focused and organize their way. 15 terabytes of the Goo Premium Cloud storage space is on sale now with thousands off, just $129.99 for life. This mathematical brain model may pave the way for more human-like AI. We have 10 years to cut transport emissions in half. Here's how. Bacteria are better alien hunters than you, sorry, squishy human. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, May 31st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man burned in plane crash near Powder Mountain Ski Resort dies of his injuries. See how Salt Lake City's new airport ended a Utah car-sharing company. Police identify one of 2 people killed in separate shootings over Memorial Day weekend. Villain Mike Conley, playing in his old home, is a major reason the Utah Jazz have retaken control against Memphis. Utah's COVID-19 case numbers and deaths on the downswing. Man arrested in Lehigh after police fire shots, chase him by car and on foot. Riverton softball takes out COVID frustrations on Bingham, wins 6A state championship. French Open 2021, Rafael Nadal's magic numbers are 14 and 21. As GOP blocks inquiry, questions on January 6 Capitol attack may go unanswered. Family shares story behind fudge recipe on Utah headstone. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. YouTube channel remembers and preserves ads from U.S. military's TV service. Facebook and Instagram confront historically bad reputational crisis in the Middle East. Will America confront the Kremlin over SolarWinds' latest massive phishing attack? Viral TikTok video attracts 2,500 teenagers to rowdy California birthday party. 175 arrested. Resale prices triple for Nvidia chips as gamers compete with Bitcoin miners. One startup's quest to take on Chrome and reinvent the web browser. Is natural gas, mostly, good for global warming? YouTube takes down its showing Belarusian vloggers possibly forced confession video. Ariane shuts down, halts work on proposed supersonic business jet. Space plane startup promises 1-hour rides to anywhere on Earth at 9,000 miles per hour. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Memorial Day parade returns in full force in Alton, Illinois today. St. Louis area Boy Scouts participate in Memorial Day service events over the weekend. 2 new stimulus checks, these lawmakers want more direct payments. D-backs and 13 games skidded, top cards 9-2 with marked 3 RBIs. Nearly 35% of Missourians fully vaccinated against COVID. More than half of Illinois adults fully vaccinated for COVID. Illinois legislature approves Juneteenth as a state holiday. Man dies after shooting at popular Lake of the Ozarks bar. Helio Castro and Neves wins 2021 Indianapolis 500 to become member of the 4-Win Club. Final days to get vaccinated at the Dome at America's Center. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Paying tribute to local hero for Memorial Day. How to pay tribute this Memorial Day. Smuggling boat intercepted by Coast Guard off Mission Beach. Democratic state senator says best thing for Newsom is early recall election. Senator Padilla discusses gun control in wake of San Jose mass shooting. Woman, 87, struck by hit and run in downtown San Diego. Osaka wins French Open, fined $15,000 for skipping conference. County reports 58 COVID-19 cases as officials urge caution this holiday weekend. Biden speaks at annual Memorial Day observance event in Delaware. Controversial Tennessee church founder, actor husband among 7 presumed dead in plane crash. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Breaking, Denmark's Secret Service helped the U.S. spy on German Chancellor Angela Merkel, according to a European media investigation, Flipboard. The SolarWinds hackers aren't back, they never went away. Iran will try French citizen on spying charges. Missile defense test fails off Kauai following appearance by Russian spy ship. 2021 to 2005-30 to 11 hours, 53 minutes, and 0 seconds, 000Z. In the Mole Kingdom. The Americans, the entire show was filmed in New York. Islamabad severs ties with Afghan NSA for terming Pakistan as brothel house, Times of India. Islamabad severs ties with Afghan NSA for terming Pakistan as brothel house. Phony charity targets Uyghurs. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukraine is developing its first unmanned attack helicopter. Croatian government approves Rafale F-3R fighter jet buy. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, May 31st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. San Jose vigil held for 9 VTA workers after mass shooting. Shocking video, man violently attacks SF police officer, pins her down. Win $2,000 for playing video games for 21 hours. Caught on camera, thieves steal truck in San Jose in broad daylight. CA prisoners save 2 fellow inmates from overdose. Gaussman throws 6 shutout innings, Giants hold off Dodgers. 2 new stimulus checks, these lawmakers want more direct payments. Crews respond to explosion near encampment fire in Oakland. Bay Area Air District issues first Spare the Air of the Year. Pregnant woman rescues 3 drowning children from Lake Michigan. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Jim O'Donnell, a small quiet park in Arlington Heights where spirits forever bound with honor. Plan to create commission on high-speed railhead to governor. Suburban lawmakers debate birth control bill before House passes measure. We should have had him another 10 years, Honesty recalls friendship with B.J. Thomas. Naperville man killed in wrong way crash on Chicago Expressway. Majestic Carry Oak won't be removed for aquatic center. Trespassing complaint leads to SWAT team response in Glen Ellen. Prosecutors, Des Plaines man opened fire on police, tied to $22 million drug bust. Suburban Skyview, the Lions Park Harbor and Fox River Grove. Illinois reaches vaccine milestone as new case figures hit 10-month low. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone TWO-E21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.1 m, depth 43.9 km, in United States May 31, 2021, 6:59 UTC, about 5,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone CHOI-WAN-21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 93,900. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Nyiragongo in Dr. Congo. Green forest fire alert in Russian Federation. Green forest fire alert in Kazakhstan. Green forest fire alert in Mexico. Green forest fire alert in South Africa. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, May 31st in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Gunman on the run after shooting HPD officer twice in Spring Branch area, police say. Texas man arrested for allegedly planning a mass shooting at Walmart. Mostly dry Memorial Day, rain chances increase midweek. Tulsa Race Massacre, story behind Black Wall Street, racist mob that burned it to the ground. For President Biden, a deeply personal Memorial Day weekend observance. 3-year-old boy found unresponsive in pond, HCSO says. George Floyd Foundation holds concert to mark 1 year since his death. 11-year-old in intensive care unit after nearly drowning in Galveston Pond. Ex-Tarzan actor among 7 plane crash victims in Tennessee. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Global stocks mixed after Wall Street ends May with gain. Australia minister drops defamation lawsuit over rape claim. The latest, Serena, Federer rollback years at French Open. COVID-19 lockdown lessons from the U.S., sharper, rigorous curbs lead to better outcomes. Tiananmen crackdown exhibit opens in Hong Kong. Some Taiwan parents eligible for $10K subsidies starting June 15th. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. From the field, ghost in the seashell. Colombia, UN rights chief calls for an end to all forms of violence in Cali. Drones deliver blood to prevent maternal death in Botswana. UN chief calls for a global partnership to address COVID, climate change and achieve SDGs. First person, a human swan inspiring climate action. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Hooked on a feeling singer B.J. Thomas dies at 78. Did a megalodon stalk a cruise ship? Can asparagus prevent hangovers? Did Pennsylvania lawmakers vote to fine women who have a miscarriage? Does microscopic image show smiley faces in a blade of grass? Texas GOP's new voting restrictions on verge of approval. Gavin McLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Get outdoors with Backcountry's big Memorial Day sale. When I'm not running, my treadmill goes under my sofa. Things are about to get cheesy in here. Why a Gold Star widow hides on Memorial Day. Sebastian Junger, what we talk about when we talk about freedom. The absurd drama behind the notorious Pasadena dog adoption honcho. How the VA is pushing vets into the opioid abyss. This black journalist made sure the Tulsa race massacre was never forgotten. Doctors are hiding mental health struggles. Here's one reason why. He robbed a taco joint with a toy water gun for $264. He got life in prison. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Texas Dems stage mass walkout, prevent vote on election law bill. 4 more Oath Keepers charged in January 6th insurrection, report. Nick Claxton's block party was huge net spark. Reggie Bullock's ugly Nick shooting game comes with Trae Young factor. Kyrie Irving's greatness cannot be stolen by moronic Celtics fan. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Celestron Star Sense Explorer. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Sharks interacting with humans off Southern California beaches. Expert discusses report on Wuhan COVID-19 cases, latest on vaccine. How the subject of UFOs evolved from fringe to federal probe. Biden touts U.S. vaccine rollout ahead of Memorial Day. CBS News space analyst Bill Harwood on the takeout, May 21, 2021. Exploring the boundaries of time travel. U.S. braces for extreme weather conditions coast to coast. Rare superflower blood moon lunar eclipse captured in photos. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. North Carolina woman wins $2 million after buying lottery ticket for wrong drawing. Texas man arrested for allegedly planning mass shooting at Walmart. Steven Seagal joins pro-Kremlin Russian political party, calls out lax environmental enforcement. Girl who emulated TikTok video in intensive care unit with third-degree burns. Mother of Kansas man who shot dad dead and wounded 2 law enforcement jailed for supplying weapon. Transportation Secretary judge demands clear direction from GOP on infrastructure package. I didn't even know the guy had a knife, victim recounts crazed stabbing over Queens parking space that left him clinging to life. Dead boy found by hikers in Nevada misidentified, police seek name of victim. NYC mayoral candidates promise to tackle anti-Asian hate. Seattle beach shut down as fights, fires break out at TikTok kickback party. The following headlines are from military.com. 4 years after her husband's death in Niger, a Gold Star wife tells his story. Vets return to Memorial Day traditions as pandemic eases. They gave the last full measure of devotion, here's what we need to do to honor them. Pearl Harbor, a love story finds its end 79 years later. Ethiopians protest U.S. sanctions over brutal Tigray war. NC veteran who had leg amputated fights back to reclaim life. After settling lawsuit against head of Naval Academy, midshipman who faced expulsion over tweets graduates and commissions. 3 people rescued from Detroit River after fishing boat takes on water. Frequent military funeral duty may increase soldiers' risk of suicide, officer warns. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Some veterans' families delayed memorial services during COVID-19 pandemic. On Memorial Day, risk is reopening old wounds. Illinois lawmakers head toward final day of spring session still facing issues including budget, ethics and energy policy. Legislators pass bill to extend cocktails to go until 2024 and also allow bars and restaurants to offer free drink to people who've received the COVID-19 vaccination. Man charged with reckless homicide after striking woman with his car in the loop. Memorial Day violence, man shot in face on Lakeshore Drive, 2 others wounded in shootings. Illinois legislators vote to dramatically limit use of seclusion and face-down restraints in schools. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois Bridge Phase Metrics, daily updates on trends in coronavirus cases, deaths, hospitalizations and vaccinations, and progress toward full reopening. Illinois COVID-19 Vaccine Tracker, 20,531 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 5,259,327, 41.28% of the state's population including 75.47% of those over 65, 39,222 doses administered yesterday. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Sri Lanka questions burning cargo ship crew as ecological devastation assessed. Louisiana coast still hurting from storms, bracing for more. Climate talks resume online as pressure to act grows. Beer byproduct mixed with manure proves an excellent pesticide. Young Arabic speakers offered kid-friendly route into scientific discovery. Egypt bets on ancient finds to pull tourism out of pandemic. China to send 3 male astronauts to its space station in June. California already in throes of drought as summer looms. Chinese cargo spacecraft docks with orbital station. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, May 31st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Question for Denmark: why could the U.S. allegedly eavesdrop? Bank of Italy forecasts 4% GDP growth in 2021. U.S. sells off Iranian crude oil seized off coast of UAE. Forecast: global economy rebounding, faces multiple threats. AP photos: Tiananmen crackdown exhibit opens in Hong Kong. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word game, May 31st, 2021. Bridge, May 31st, 2021. Horoscopes, May 31st, 2021. Clint Eastwood, personal gain is within reach. Ask Amy, I know she'll leave to get pregnancy benefits. Should I turn her in? Harriet Cole, my dinner with my new boss was weird. Should I say something? Miss Manners, newspaper rule dictates what you can wear in your yard. Jill on money, should kids be able to invest? Dear Abby, my friend has forbidden me to go to the wedding. Should San Jose pay residents $50 to drop off unwanted appliances? The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Kamala Harris bashed for long weekend tweet that fails to mention Memorial Day. Inside the Beltway, Trump final Memorial Day message. Biden on Memorial Day, military community is spine of country. Sexual assault in military Democrat civil war. Hakeem Jeffries, Dems won't give up on January 6th panel. More likely than not COVID-19 originated in Wuhan lab, key GOP lawmaker says. Businesses grapple with seasonal worker shortages, demand for service grows. Pete Buttigieg, Joe Biden's budget is bold and responsible. U.S. warship twice fails to intercept ballistic missile in Pacific. The next headlines are from The Intercept. How a payday lender partnered with a native tribe to bypass lending laws and get rich quick. One man's no-fly list nightmare. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, May 31st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Oncotarget, activation of plasmacytoid dendritic cells promotes AML cell fratricide. Oncotarget, progression in high-risk non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. Oncotarget, piperlongomine promotes death of retinoblastoma cancer cells. Gender stereotypes still hold true for youth and types of political participation. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 wounded, 1 critically, in Belmont Cragen shooting. 16-year-old boy wounded in a shooting Sunday night. 14 shot in restaurant parking lot in Grand Crossing. Horoscope for Monday, May 31st, 2021. Man shot in Chatham, person in custody. Man shot multiple times near park in Rogers Park. Fans behaving badly, Kyrie Irving nearly struck by bottle thrown from stands. Sky lose 4th straight despite career night from Courtney Vandersloot. The Chew recap, Emmett comes clean, Dowda aimed to defund the police. What would those we honor on Memorial Day think of homegrown assaults on democracy? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, May 31st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Right-wing voting limits march ahead as Texas legislature hurdles toward Monday night deadline. This week in Houston, food events, barbecue, steak night and the return of Latin Restaurant Week. Mercy, Mercy, She, a famous groupie's wild child story. The next headlines are about world records making news. Altelligence Fashion achieves world record for longest mobile store, Fiber2Fashion.com. Flashback to Usain Bolt's forgotten world record. Athletics Weekly. Toyota Mirai breaks world distance record set by Hyundai Nexo hydrogen car. HT Auto. State reports no coronavirus data as nation adds only 124 deaths, 6,696 cases. WPTV.com. Storycast 21, Eliud Kipchoge, the marathon runner who set out to defy the world of science. Sky News. This date in sports history, May 31st. TribLive.com, Trib Live, Trib Live. Xiaomi says it can now fully charge a phone in 8 minutes at 200 W, The Verge. Trini opera tenor to receive Guinness World Record Award, Trinidad Guardian. Guinness World Record attempt, Bay Area man to kayak for 60-plus days, pedaling from Sausalito to Honolulu, KGO-TV. Vedrick Leonardo sets speed climbing world record, Minister praises Federation, Tempo Co-English. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Intel beefs up 11th gen laptop processors with better graphics and faster Wi-Fi. This Stargate-esque portal connects you with people 376 miles away in real time. Is Cruella the future of Disney villain origin movies? Japan is sending this tiny transforming Roboball straight to the moon. A Quiet Place II tops the weekend box office after 2020's movie slump. The age of autonomous killer robots may already be here. Star Wars Kelly Marie Tran discusses online abuse from the fandom. NASA's Curiosity rover shows us what cloudy and colorful days on Mars look like. James Gunn's Peacemaker gains Bridgerton's Freddie Stroma. Plastic waste from burning ship buries Sri Lanka's coastline. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Jarrah in Kuwait at 121.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Movie written by algorithm turns out to be hilarious and intense. Deepfake maps could really mess with your sense of the world. Heads up, the cardiovascular secrets of giraffes. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mayor of Easttown is twisty until the very end, but the best part is its grace. Investigators reportedly approaching Trump org as if it were a mafia family. Texas Dems abandon House floor, blocking passage of voting bill before the final deadline. Texas GOP finalizes ruthless voter suppression bill, increasing calls for congressional action. Americans demand court-martial for Flynn after call for military coup, honor veterans, arrest this traitor. Video reveals Michael Flynn calling for coup like what happened in Myanmar to replace Biden with Donald Trump. Benjamin Netanyahu's reign could be coming to an end, report. Trump target Alex under Vindman blasts Republicans for refusing to support national security. Former U.S. attorney explains why indictments are likely in Rudy Giuliani case. After drastic changes made behind closed doors, and an overnight debate. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. How inflation became the gas bag's favorite moral panic. When women were invited to an 1869 medical lecture, the men just lost it. NAACP pledges immediate lawsuit over Texas voter suppression bill. Benjamin Netanyahu might finally lose. Ron DeSantis won't let cruise ships require vaccines. As Texas enters another hot summer, lawmakers kill effort to cool sweltering prisons. Relocating climate-stricken species is a very tricky business. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. We cannot ignore this. UFO sightings spark concern from more than just conspiracy theorists. USA Today. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Georgia Tech, Emory researchers advance possible light and sound treatment of Alzheimer's. 11alive.com WXIA. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, May 31st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Evidence destroyed. Read The Secret Pentagon UFO Program and Luis Elizondo. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, May 31st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.